Friday nights are sacred for WWE fans, especially when SmackDown returns with big names, intense rivalries, and storylines building toward marquee events. On September 12, 2025, SmackDown aired live from Scope Arena in Norfolk, Virginia, carrying momentum from the previous show and promises of championship rematches, surprise returns, and the road to Wrestlepalooza. But while the in-ring action delivered, the viewership numbers told a different, more challenging story. Ratings dropped, the key 18 to 49 demographic took a hit, and WWE now faces the big question: how to keep the audience engaged in a crowded media landscape. The numbers. What happened? According to Wrestlenomics and Programming Insider, the September 12 SmackDown drew average viewership, approximately 1,316,000 viewers on USA Network. 18 to 49 demographic rating, 0.37. These figures represent a 17% decline in total viewership from the prior week's episode, which had about 1,585,000 viewers. The drop in the demo 18 to 49 age group was steeper, from 0.51 down to 0.37, which is approximately a 27–28% decline. Context and trends. To understand the significance of these numbers, it helps to look at the broader pattern for SmackDown and WWE. 1. Comparison to trailing week's average. The recent episode's viewership was only modestly below the trailing 4-week average, which hovered around 1,355,000 viewers. So while down from last week, it is roughly in line with what many recent episodes have seen. 2. Year-over-year decline. There is a more noticeable drop when comparing Q3 of 2025 to the same period in 2024. Q3 2025 averaged about 1,423,000 viewers, whereas Q3 2024 is cited around 2,026,000. That marks about a 30% decline in total viewership. Similarly, the 18 to 49 rating has dropped compared to last year's shows. 3. Rankings on the night. Despite the drop, SmackDown still performed respectably in the ratings race. It ranked number 2 for the night in the 18 to 49 demographic among original programming across broadcast and cable networks. The only show to beat it was a college football game broadcasting on ESPN, Houston vs. Colorado, which drew a 0.60 demo rating. 4. Factors likely influencing the decline. A few things may have contributed. The previous week's episode, September 5, had big hype. AJ Lee's teased return, Brock Lesnar's appearance, fallout from international events such as Clash in Paris. That created an engagement spike. With that hyped backdrop, expectations were high. The September 12th show, while still featuring major stars and storyline development, may have suffered comparison fatigue. Competing programming, college football, other sports, or even other types of entertainment, continue to pose stiff competition on Friday nights. Big sports events often draw away viewers, especially in the younger demo. SmackDown's number 2 status shows it's still competitive in the demo, but broader appeal and total viewership are under pressure. In-ring highlights and their influence. The September 12th SmackDown lineup had several moments worth noting. Some performed well, others may not have been enough to stem the drop. Highlights included: return of Cody Rhodes. After a period off television, Rhodes came back, which usually draws fan interest. Brock Lesnar segment versus R-Truth, setting up his next move toward Wrestlepalooza, and giving fans something to talk about. Women's Championship rematch. Tiffany Stratton defending against Jade Cargill, the build-up from SummerSlam and an opportunity for redemption story arc. Other matches: Sami Zayn vs. Rey Fenix, various developing feuds like Randy Orton vs. Drew McIntyre. Although these segments give content value and narrative momentum, they evidently weren't enough to prevent the drop in viewer counts. That suggests that, beyond star power and big matches, factors such as promotion, viewer fatigue, external competition, and possibly audience saturation are sharpening. Implications. So what do these results mean for WWE and the future of SmackDown in 2025? 1. Urgency to maintain momentum. The steep falls week to week suggest that WWE can't rely solely on big names or special hype to pull in viewers. They need consistent storytelling, promotion, and possibly more surprises to keep people tuning in. With Wrestlepalooza approaching, the next few shows will be critical in regaining or stabilizing the audience. 2. Demographic health is fragile. The 18 to 49 demo is often what advertisers care most about. A nearly 30% drop in that key group is alarming, because it reduces ad revenue per viewer. Even if total viewers decline less sharply, losing younger, advertiser-desirable audience members has long-term consequences. 3. Year-over-year decline demands strategy. If WWE is seeing roughly 30% fewer viewers than this time last year, that is significant. To reverse or at least stop that trend, WWE might need enhanced cross-promotion, social, digital platforms, more interactive or multi-platform content, adjusting show flow, pacing, maybe even structure, long-term promotions, fresh matchups. Possibly differentiating segments to draw in lapsed viewers or casual fans. 4. Still competitive among originals. On the bright side, being number 2 in the 18 to 49 demo among original cable broadcast programming indicates WWE still has strength. If they can capitalize on that by outshining competitors or timing big plot points opposite weaker counterprogramming, SmackDown can still perform well. What's up next? Looking ahead, here are some angles to watch, and possible moves WWE could make. Storyline escalation toward Wrestlepalooza. Promos, surprises, returns, and heel turns are likely to be pushed harder. Fans need compelling reasons to tune in. Potential surprise returns. AJ Lee's teasing drew big numbers earlier, another surprise could help similar spikes. Promoting across platforms. Using social media, YouTube, streaming highlights to draw attention to big matches or segments that aired. Fight scheduling versus competing broadcasts. WWE might try to adjust high-impact episodes to avoid clashing with big sports nights, although scheduling flexibility is limited. Adjust content to audience feedback. For example, which matchups or segments got social media buzz, which didn't, adjusting show pacing, match length, or the mix of promos versus action.